Hi, I'm Mike Weller with Keller Williams Realty and SoCalShortSaleSolution.com. Today, if you happen to be a month or two behind on your mortgage, maybe 3 months behind, I have 6 tips for you. 6 little pieces of information that you should be aware of and keep in mind as you try to rectify and work out your situation. Number 1, do not pay anybody to do a loan modification for you. In the state of California, it's illegal for anybody to collect fees in advance for loan modification services. This includes attorneys. So please don't go out and pay anybody to do a loan modification for you. They cannot do anything for you that you can't do yourself. They don't have any additional leverage or rights to do anything that you couldn't do for yourself. So that's number 1. The second thing is, if you're working on a loan modification with your bank and they offer you a trial modification, before you jump into the trial modification, just try to understand if you're going to be eligible for a permanent modification at the end. Just because they're offering you a trial mod doesn't mean that you're going to get a permanent modification. A lot of times, some of the bigger banks basically put people into the trial modifications before they have a chance to really thoroughly review the file, figuring that that's just a way to A, appease the borrower, and B, for them to collect a little bit more money while they're reviewing the file. They'd rather have you paying a trial payment than not paying anything at all. So understand if you're really going to be eligible for the loan modification, and that gets back to the HAMP modification guidelines. 31% of your gross monthly income. I'd be happy to talk to you more about what those guidelines are if you want to contact me. But before you just jump into a trial modification, understand that many trial modifications don't work out as permanent loan modifications. Number 3, if you're behind on your mortgage, your lender has a right to start the foreclosure process by filing a notice of default. In reality, most banks wait usually for somebody to be late for 3 payments or so, 90 to 120 days, 3 to 4 payments, before they begin that process of filing a notice of default. But once they file that notice of default, they are starting the clock on a 90-day period to bring your house to a foreclosure sale. So they file a notice of default, 90 days later they could file a notice of sale instead of foreclosure trustee sale. So just keep that in mind, that if you're late on your payment, you're in default, and your lender could start that process if they chose to do so. Number 4, regarding the notice of default, just so you're aware, once the lender files that, that is public record. That gets recorded with the county. What this means basically is now it's out there that you're in default and the foreclosure process has begun on your home or property. You're going to start hearing from bankruptcy attorneys. You're going to start hearing from loan modification companies. You're going to start hearing from realtors. You're going to start getting people knocking on your door. So if you don't like any of those things, do what you can to try to rectify your situation before your lender files a notice of default. But be prepared for those things to happen once a notice of default is filed. Number 5, a bankruptcy won't save your house from foreclosure. A lot of people go in and file bankruptcy thinking that that's going to hold off a foreclosure. It doesn't. It will delay the process. It will buy you a few more months for that to get worked out in the bankruptcy court, but that does not compel the lender to modify your loan. It doesn't force them to modify your loan. So for more advice on that, go talk to a bankruptcy attorney, but don't count on a bankruptcy to save your home from foreclosure. And number 6, just a little tidbit that a lot of people aren't aware of. If your lender is also the bank that you bank with, checking and savings accounts, and you have money with them, if you're behind, they have something called the right of offset. They can actually go into your banking accounts, your checking or savings account, take the money from there to apply it to the late balance on your mortgage. In reality, most of the big banks don't do this too often. Credit unions tend to do this a little bit more than the banks do, but it's just something to be aware of, something to keep in mind. So those are 6 things I just wanted to tell you about today. If you have any questions on any of these items, or if you want to discuss your options a little bit more, I'd love to sit down and talk with you Very low pressure, totally free consultation. I just like to go over your options with you and answer all of your questions. Again, my name's Mike Weller. I'm from Keller Williams, and I'm also from SoCalShortSaleSolution.com. That's our website. We're short sale specialists. We also have a great free loan modification program where we're affiliated with Homestrong USA. They're a nonprofit housing counselor. So if you're thinking of going the loan modification route, I'd love to get you set up that way. That way you're not paying somebody to do something that they shouldn't be doing anyway. But please call us, Orange County, 714-989-6176. In LA and LA County, 310-909-6176. And even if you're watching this in the Las Vegas area of Henderson, Las Vegas, Southern Nevada, call us at 702-343-0400. So again, in Orange and the Inland Empire, 714-989-6176. In LA County, 310-909-6176. Please call us. Like I said, we'd be happy to help you any way we can. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.